Okay. Hey, everyone. Welcome to our August team call. This is our August team call. I'm thinking about the wonderful things that happened in July. So congratulations, everyone. I was absolutely floored. I shouldn't say I. We were floored. Justin, Carrie, and I were like, what in the world is the team doing? It was insane. The last 24 to 48 hours of the month were incredible. So we just wanted to shout out and kind of recap July super fast.
Right. There's lots and lots of promotions, and promotions are always fun. So we had a truckload of people go silver, which was awesome. Silver is as the first step, so that was exciting. Too many to even count at this point. We had golds, had rubies, and it was exciting. And there was guys. It was perfect. There was guys going silver, going gold. It was wonderful to see some men, promoting. So that was exciting. And the momentum makers, there was 15 people that earned the momentum makers in July too. So that was exciting.
So the momentum makers was adding 3 level 1s and developing one of your level 1s to silver. So stay tuned because there might be an announcement at the end of this call.
Yes.
So just hang on to your hats. Also, we have had actually five people qualify for Leaders Retreat so far. Leaders Retreat this year is a cruise to the Bahamas. It is very exciting. We are in the last month of qualifying for that. So a lot of what we're going to chat about on this team call is how to get on the boat. And if you are feeling like your credits are not where they should be, or they're low or whatever, do not despair. They just doubled the points, and there is ways to really capitalize on that if you feel like your points are low. The other thing is, not every single person that qualifies is going to be able to go, because pregnant and nursing moms, and also people with babies less than 6 months old. So do not, and just people with can't get away from work and that kind of thing. So do not try, because we've had people miss prizes and incentives and things like that by like one to 3 people.
Right.
So you want to work on it all month long.
One of the other things I would suggest too, in light of Leaders Retreat, is yes, they just doubled the credits, which that's really exciting, and that is super helpful to get on the boat. But also, don't wait until the middle of the month and think, oh man, I got to get to work, because there's still only 1,200 spots.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody else got the same email that you got that said we're doubling points. So there's going to be a lot of people put their foot on the gas and go for it. So don't wait, because the spots will fill up.
Yes, and when we say doubling credits, check your emails for that. They did not double PV credits or silvers. Mm-hmm. It's your personally sponsored down through your levels 1 through 4 of ambassadors and customers. So just know that. Also, we had Consistency Club earners. If you have not checked out that is very, very fun. It's a way to grow your business in a balanced way. So there's a balance of customers and ambassadors. Club 300 is adding 1 ambassador and 1 qualified customer and having 300 PV. Club 500 is having 500 PV and then having 2 and 2. And then Club 700 is having 700 PV and having 3 and 3. So we had people all across the board earning those. So that's super exciting. And when we say earning those, it just means that you've qualified for your first month. You have to qualify for 3 months, I believe, to earn those prizes. So go check that out. Go check your back office for what Consistency Club is, and encourage your people. This is something that I did not think about when I was a new ambassador. I did not have any clue that I should be talking to my current people and saying, hey, you could totally earn Consistency Club. Have you checked that out yet? Just posing a question, because they'll probably not know what it is, and then they can learn about what it is, and you can encourage them and believing in them that they can do it just by helping people with their health and helping people with their financial health. So super fun. So welcome to all the new ambassadors. I forgot to say that. We had what do we have? Almost 369 new ambassadors added to one team, which is absolutely phenomenal. Yeah. So welcome to everyone that's new. I did want to mention there is a super silver incentive. I'm sure you guys already saw that, but that means that you have 10 ambassadors that have 100 PV. That gives you 50 pay points, and that is halfway between silver and gold. So if you have not checked out your email, go check that out. It's an incentive for 3 months. So if you feel like, oh man, I don't have enough people to have 50 pay points this month, that's okay. Prep this month so you can do super silver the next month. And you also need to have one new level 1. So just check the info on that. This month,
if you're not getting the emails from the corporate office about some of these incentives and stuff, speak up too, because let your sponsor know, let someone know, let us know, and we need to try to get that resolved as soon as we can, because there's a lot of great emails coming out, and you don't want to be missing out on those.
Yes. So if you have questions, feel free to put them in the chat thread, or if we say something and forget to completely explain, just put it in the chat thread here on the on the Zoom, and we'll catch that. Now for August, we have a couple of focuses, and so Consistency Club is one of them. So definitely check that out and set your goal. Like, I would just encourage you to figure out what you want in August and make that happen. Because if you don't have a goal and you don't write it down and you're just like, well, whatever happens, happens, it's not going to happen. You have to make sure that you're intentionally setting that focus for the month of August. So Consistency Club and Leaders Retreat. Those are 2 huge focuses for the month of August. So we did want to talk about all of the people that ranked up and the people that are working on rank ups, and this idea of momentum and keeping our foot on the gas, because the common tendency is to let up because you're like, oh my word, that was a huge month. Whoa, I need to take a break. Like just a couple weeks worth. But do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I would say momentum is such a kind of a mystery. Sometimes you can create momentum. Sometimes somebody else can create momentum. Sometimes it just shows up whether you do something or not. I mean, momentum is such an odd thing. I don't know I can't really say if you contact 10 people, you're going to go into momentum. It just doesn't work that way. So in light of being in momentum, there's a couple things I would just say is that, there's just different seasons where there's seasons, like I said, you can make it happen, you can create momentum, and there's other seasons where somebody else does, or the team's in momentum, or the company's in momentum, and it's like, what, how did this happen? Well, I don't know.
Snowball.
I have no idea how it happened. However, we're in momentum. And one of the keys about momentum is keeping your foot on the gas. One of the things that we like to do, and me included, if you hit a big goal or if you have a great month or something like that, the tendency is the beginning of the next month is to take a break. When you're in momentum like this, it's not the time to take a break. This is harvest time. This is the time where everybody's still excited. There's contests going on. There's incentives going on. This is not the time to take a break. It's kind of like, I think I've heard Eric Worre explain it before. When you're trying to get a plane off the ground, it takes a tremendous amount of power and effort. But once it's in the air, once it's where, at the cruising altitude, you can back the engines down a little bit and coast for a while. So the point is that while we're in momentum, I would absolutely encourage everybody just to keep going. The Leaders Retreat contest is still in full effect. And, I don't know of anybody that's hit all of their goals yet. I haven't, so I'm not going to let up. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep doing the things that I need to do to hit my goals. So I would just encourage you. Yeah, I know you're tired, and, you were told no for the 400th time from last month. I get that. But keep going, because it's absolutely worth it. It's worth it. So I encourage you to keep going. Take advantage of the momentum that we're in and just keep going, because it may go away and not come back for a few months. It's just, I can't explain momentum. It's just a mystery.
Yeah. So my encouragement is to press in. And I think some people have communicated to me that it's scary. And I think what they mean, well, I'm curious what they mean by that, but I think that it probably has to do with something with success, fear of success, and also the fear of not being in control. Because when you have your 3 people or you have your 6 people and you know all their stories and you know their life, and then all of a sudden those 6 people have all of a sudden gone silver and you have like 20 people and you don't even know these people, right? And you feel like, oh, I can't control all of this. But that's what, when momentum hits, and that's when leadership is important, and that's when training becomes imperative, because you want to be training those people to be duplicating what you're doing and to be following in your footsteps, so to speak. So if you are feeling scared, like, oh, I don't know how to keep up, whatever, that's momentum. And don't be scared of that, but press in and just ride the wave, encourage your people, shout them out, and continue to encourage people to duplicate what you're doing by not going into management mode, but continuing to do the things to build your team. So in light of getting told no, one of the things is I really took away from the Get Over Yourself book is that she said, you're finding out who your team is, who your tribe is, right? So if someone tells you no, well, they're not part of your tribe right now, right? You're looking for people that need and want what we have to offer them. So don't get discouraged if you're feeling like, oh, I don't hear from anyone or whatever. Just keep doing the things, because this business very much comes in spurts. Tara Castaneda during the Diamond training and at convention said, this business goes in spurts. That's why we have to be totally consistent in our daily activity and our daily work, because the fruit will come. That sowing and reaping, that's a law. And what you sow, you're going to reap. And so if you're sowing the things, then doing the things that are going to reap you benefits down the road in Plexus, keep doing what you're doing. Okay. So capitalize on that urgency, keep your foot on the gas. And in light of creating momentum out of thin air, sometimes you have to do that. If you feel like your team is not in momentum right now, do not be discouraged, but start to create that momentum by, number one, getting yourself into activity. Activity cures everything. I remember Jessica Heffley telling me that. If you're discouraged, if your mindset's in the gutter, if you feel like, oh, no one's responding, activity, meaning do your income producing activities, reaching out and following up, and then helping your team do the same. It may look like you have to organize the power hours or go to some people's houses and say, hey, let's do this together. I will help you. I will sit with you, and we will send out some reach out messages together. So, okay, a couple of things. We wanted to talk about making August the prep month for promoting in September. I know a lot of people have really big goals. They really have big dreams. And so that is only going to happen if we are opening up more conversations, if we're following up like our life depends on it, right? And so to make August productive and to make promotions happening in September, we have got to set the goals. And I wanted to encourage everyone to commit and decide. Like Justin was telling me yesterday, we went on a walk. He said, the first step begins with a decision. Did you want to expound on that? And I think I
forgot what I said.
Well, once you
have to ask her.
Once you decide, you set things in motion, because all of a sudden your mind starts thinking, okay, what's the next step? What do I do here? Right? You're not in that mode of indecision. You've decided, I'm going to do this. This is a focus. And so my encouragement is to set your goals high. So a lot of my girls are planning, or a lot of our girls and guys are planning to promote in September. So one of the things I'm challenging people with is whatever number you added in July, double that and set that as your team goal. Go back and watch Melinda Nunakoven's video on how she creates, and Melody has done the same thing, and a lot of other people have done this as well, but they are creating culture within their team. Tell your team the goal for the month. If you have always kept it a secret and you're just like, oh, cool, wow, look at what everyone's doing. Make it, be vulnerable, be authentic, and say, okay, hey guys, we added 10 people in the month of July. I'm so proud of you guys. I'm going to challenge us. We did 10 last month. Let's add 20 people this month. Okay, so make that the goal, to double your efforts and really make that your focus. Another thing, this is the last hurrah. This is the last month of the contest. Why not give it our all? Why not pursue it with excellence, end strong, and really remember that the difference between adding and multiplying. Okay, this is a phenomenon or a whatever. This is the clicker in network marketing, right? Is to get your addition to start multiplying. And that is achieved by the power of 3, helping people go silver, helping yourself go silver every month, and really encouraging that duplication. And remember, this is a team sport. This is not a one-man gig, right? So we have to be including our teams in our team goals, in what's going on, and helping them achieve their goals as well. So Justin told me this morning, he's like, there's no cowboys in Plexus. We have to work as a team. So one of the things that we also wanted to mention, Justin told me this the other day, he feels like in order to hit his goals, he's going to have to do the Eric Worre recruit 20 in 30 days. And so I am encouraging anyone that wants to rank up to commit to that. Go listen to that, re-listen to the video, even if you've listened to it again. Set your goals, figure out each day what you can commit to, and make that happen. The first couple weeks, you probably won't see a lot of fruit. The most amount of fruit will come in that last week. So we have structured our month to support that decision. And I'm encouraging people wherever you're at. So for example, if you are already gold, make it your intention to fast start gold this month. That's recruiting 20 people in 30 days. Okay. And even if you are not able to hit that 20 goal, hey, you've set the goal. I've done this 3 times. I feel like I've repeated this a lot, but some of my smaller group coachings have heard this, but I've had an epiphany of what happened 3 times in my business. I have done that recruit 20 in 30 days. Only 1 out of the 3 times I've actually hit that goal, but setting that intention has created I create new teams, right? So I have my existing team, but then I've built some more teams by doing that. Success loves speed, and this is just a crazy thing that happens. But when you set the intention to personally sponsor a lot of people in a short amount of time, that's when business builders pop up. And it might be that business builders pop up on your team that have been on your team for a while. You never know where those people are going to come from. But each time I have done that, I have rebuilt my team 3 times. And that's why our team is so successful. There's a lot of people now sharing, excited about Plexus. And sure, I have a lot of people that don't go silver when I suggest it. Of course, I have people that fall off the bandwagon and whatever, but I have filtered through and we found these people that are excited about what we're excited about, right? So I just wanted to encourage you, if you feel stuck right now, maybe you're a senior gold, maybe you've fallen below your gold rank, maybe you're wherever you're at, you look at where your team is, okay, and say, okay, I have a solid 50 points. I have 10 qualified ambassadors. I'm thankful for those people. That is so awesome. I'm excited for them. But you know what? In order to get to the next level, I'm going to not count on that team to get me there, right? You probably tried until you're blue in the face to get maybe those people to do something, and they won't, or it's not in the season for them right now to do that. And so my encouragement to you is go build another senior silver team to get you to gold in the end of September. So I hope that makes sense, but that's something that has totally worked for me. Another thing that I'll share, you want to say something?
Yeah, on the Eric Worre video, if you haven't watched that video, it's excellent. It's about an hour long, but it's worth every minute of it. He has got some really, really great things. And the guy, in light of network marketing, the guy is a success. He has made enough money to retire from network marketing. I'm sure his teams are still going strong, but now he just wants to educate people in the network marketing industry, and he does a great job. So I would go to YouTube and find that video if you haven't watched it, and watch it. If you have watched it, I'd encourage you to go back to YouTube, find the video, and watch it again, because it's excellent. Another thing is that everybody's situation is a little different. Everybody's, dynamics are different, and maybe not everybody can commit to 30 days of, intense recruiting or reaching out. So the main idea is to set aside a period of time that you can focus solely on reaching out. Maybe that's a week, maybe that's 2 weeks, maybe it's 3 weeks, maybe it's not a whole month. But the idea is that you are focused solely on, what you can do with recruiting. So don't think you have to do it for 30 days. Maybe that doesn't work for you in August, and that's okay. But the idea is to just be really focused on recruiting in a given, period of time, whatever it is that will work for you.
Mm-hmm. And, people's goals are different. I mean, you may be on here as a brand new ambassador and you're kind of curious about going silver. You're maybe curious about your products getting paid for. So if that's you, fabulous. We're so excited you're here. We encourage you to go listen to maybe a couple of videos on YouTube about going silver. It's not complicated, and how you get to silver is how you get to any other rank. And so it's basically the basics repeated over and over and over again. So if you feel like you've gotten far away from the basics, or you feel like when you have an hour of Plexus time to work and you're just kind of like a pong ball answering messages and helping sidelines and that kind of thing, come back and center yourself and do Brooks 3, 6, 9, 12 in challenge. Or I just break it down into 10, 10, 10. 10 connections, 10 minutes of connections, 10 minutes of reach outs, and 10 minutes of follow-ups. So you're not responding to anyone's messages, you're just sending out the messages. And then you can do another 30 minutes at another time during the day to follow up with those people. So I did get a question asked to me today that I thought was really good. And I was asked, when I was a solid silver, what were my basic things that I did to get myself to gold? That was a question that was asked to me today. And I thought, that's a great question. And so the things that I did was very simple things. I had a running list of people that I wanted to reach out to share Plexus with. Just people that I prayed that God would send me names of people that I could bless by sharing Plexus with them. I prayed that God would send people to me. And then I did my work. I did my part to post very consistently. I posted at least twice a day about Plexus, mixed in with other life things. And then I also intentionally reached out with my list. Over on an average of a week, I reached out to a lot of people. So that was my focus. And I followed up like crazy with people. Not annoyingly, but just consistently, because one, is professional, and two, people are busy. They're not thinking about Plexus 24/7. And so those are the main things. The other thing that I would do now, if I was trying to rank up, I would make sure that I was connecting with people as often as possible, and also doing Facebook stories. If you haven't checked out the Facebook stories, it's a little circle at the top of Facebook. So those are fabulous. So I did want to recommend a couple of videos. So if you have not watched Justin's rank up video from July, go watch that or re-listen to it. There's also a graphic that's posted in the comments that kind of details what he shared about in that. If you feel stuck right now, or you feel discouraged because maybe other people are in a season of growth and you're not, go watch Jody Merritt's video on what she did in July to have one of her biggest personal months ever in Plexus. And she has been one of my faithful ambassadors that started with me 3 years ago. So she had a lot of encouraging things to share in there. And a lot of it had to do with mindset. So that's that. Brooke Hemingway's video on the Ambassador Community page, if you're not on that, please listen to that. It's all about duplication and helping develop silvers. Very simplistic. She gives you wording and simple steps for that. And then also Emily Gibson just did a video about momentum. So those 4 are absolutely crucial and fabulous. So I'm not going to go into all of those, but please make sure you listen to those and encourage your teammates to listen to them. Sometimes I even do little incentives. So even if you incentivize your teams to listen, it's a good investment. Okay, really quickly, I did want to mention this topic of personal growth and what are you reading, because as a student of network marketing, I mean, in Plexus, you can't go to college to learn the skill set you need to be successful with Plexus, right? You pop on a team call, you're learning. And so right now you might be in Plexus College, right? I'm still in Plexus College. We're learning together. That's what's so cool. And so I encourage everyone to be learning every day. That may look like YouTube while you're washing dishes. Go to someone that you admire, someone that you track with and how they teach. Emily Roberts is a favorite of mine, Tara Castaneda, Jessica Heffley, Tamara Holloway. All of those girls are fabulous. Brooke Hemingway, Emily Gibson. They have wonderful things to share. And you're going to take little nuggets and tidbits while you're doing other things throughout your day. You're going to apply those things as you're talking to people and as you're personally, creating those new conversations. So 2 books that I highly recommend to everyone across the board. If you are new to Plexus, even if you're not new to Plexus, and this is the 2 books. The Get Over Your Darn Self book by Romy Neustadt. I like that one. I think it's my top #1 book. And #2 is the Millionaire by Halftime book. I think girls would probably track with the Get Over Yourself book, and guys would track with Millionaire by Halftime. Essentially teach the same thing, but said in different ways, right? You want to say that?
What book are you reading right now?
What book are you reading right now? So if you're
I was
not
asking you.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I am reading Winning with People by John C. Maxwell, and I am just finishing up Girl Wash Your Face. So I'm reading books that will help me be a better people person, and also to be more self-aware, because this journey is a lot about self-awareness and asking yourself questions about, how can I do better? How can I recognize what strengths that I have so that I can, add value and bless my team and bless other people, right? Mm-hmm. What book are you reading?
Put me on the spot. I'm reading a book called How Bad Do You Want It? It's a book on endurance athletes and some of the stories and things that they had to push through to finish whatever race or situation they were in. It's unbelievable. And it applies to every part of life. Some things you just have to push through. And if some of these people with missing limbs can push through hundreds of miles of running, then I'm pretty sure I can add 5 more people to contact each day for Plexus. So that's one book that I'm reading. And a couple of the other ones that have been really some of my favorites have been, you all know that I like Robert Kiyosaki. So Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I mention that every time I talk about books, and I will until someone has a better one. But that's a great one. And then Cash Flow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki. They both kind of they both paint a really good picture of what could be if you just have kind of a mindset shift, and network marketing can help with that. So those are 2 of my favorites.
Awesome. Okay, so Carrie is going to share really quick about her story.
I will read that, Molly. Tell him I'll read Never Split the Difference.
Carrie's going to pop on and share her story. So Carrie Netherton is my sponsor, and she's going to share how she earned Leaders Retreat her very first year, and she had just joined Plexus. She's not sure how to unmute. Let's see. I think I can unmute her. There we go. Oh. Okay, you're good.
Okay, thank you. For some reason, it said that the host had to do it this time. I'm not sure. I've never had it say that before when you've muted everybody. Okay, so my very first year of Plexus, I joined on July 14th, and I just celebrated my 4th year in Plexus. Can you guys hear me? Okay, just make sure. So I just celebrated my 4th year, and my very, very first year. So I joined July 14th. So as you know, and actually at that time it went till September 15th. So there was an extra 15 days, but that doesn't matter. It was a month and a half that the contest was already over by the time I joined. I didn't start sharing until 2 weeks later. So I mean, like basically 2 months of the contest was already gone, and I only had a month and a half left to earn it. I ended up earning Leaders Retreat that year as a basically brand new silver ambassador. I went silver at the beginning of September. And so I went silver like literally less than 2 weeks before the contest ended. And I earned it. And they did kind of do the same thing with the points. And I'll never forget Jessica Heffley messaging me, and she said, Carrie, you need like 3 more people to, to earn this. And so I did. And I earned it. So it goes to show that, like, especially having an entire month, like when they did the double the credits for us, it was within like the last week. And then I think the last 2 days, they quadrupled the credits that year. Yes, quadrupled. So 40 points per person, but that was only within the last like 2 days. And when they double credits, it was only within like the last week or so. You have an entire month of doubled credits. Like, I don't care what point range you're at right now, you can do this. I don't know. Maybe you said this. I was tucking kids in. I'm sorry if I'm repeating, but if you guys did not listen to Jessica Heffley's live she did on Team Plexus Provision today, it was so good. I mean, she basically said, like, anybody can do this. Map this out. You can do it. It was really, really good. I do not remember what the name of it was. It was from today. It was a live video. But yeah, it was really good. So anyway.
Yeah, so keeping track of your people, and like Jessica obviously had tabs on where Carrie was at so that she could encourage her. Also, I know Wendy Lawson was my very first ambassador to earn Leaders Retreat the very first year. I didn't even think I could earn it, and she messaged me 2 weeks away from the end of the contest. She's like, I think I could earn this. She's like, I think I need 10 people. So she made, I have my little thing here. She made her sticky tab chart and mapped it out. And she filled up each one of those 10 sticky tabs with a name of someone that she got started either as a customer or an ambassador with Plexus. So if you want it, you can do it. Same with all of your peeps. Okay, did you?
I was going to mention just one thing real quick. In light of taking advantage of some of the momentum that's going on, August is when kids start to go back to school a lot of times, and people start getting on a schedule again. So sometimes people lose interest or turn off during the summer because they're inconsistent, they're on the road, their schedules have changed. But when the school year starts back up, it seems like people get on more of a schedule again. So you want to take advantage of the going back to school time. That's just a time where you can be reaching out to people that maybe have turned off or quit throughout the summer. And so anyway, that's one way we can make September huge, is by doing that in August. So it's been through the last couple of years, it's been a good time to just reach back out to people. It's been a successful time of the year to do that in August. So don't forget that.
Yes, and really quick before we end, I just wanted to say I did post the plan for August. So if you did not see that, it is on the team page. I'll try to bump it back up to the top. But I have mapped out August through December for the team. I listened to Emily's video, and it made so much sense to me to kind of have the same schedule every month so that everyone knows what to expect. So I've just kind of mapped that out. You guys can decide whether your teams want to hop on with it or not. Maybe you're already doing your own thing. That's fine. But essentially, it's like the first full week of the month is IPA. IPA means income producing activity. So intentionally reaching out. The second week is a 7-day challenge. We have done those. We did those all last year. And it was fabulous for momentum, fabulous for helping people get started, and helping the current people stay consistent just because they get to learn, right? And so that first week of IPA really is inviting people to that 7-day challenge, which is brilliant because a lot of people don't know how to reach out to someone out of the blue, right? But if you have something to invite someone to, it's way easier to reach out. We don't feel awkward about it, right? It's simply inviting them to something that we're hosting. And all of the 7-day challenges are online, so it's very simple. People just have to plug in, right? So we're doing that in August, and that's basically the same schedule that I've carried. If you haven't seen my schedule yet, I did post it in the comment section of that plan for August. You can check out. We're duplicating Brooke Hemingway's Summer Glow Soiree. And so it's a focus on Joyome skincare as well as all the gut health supplements of Plexus. So it's not just Joyome, just so you know. It's addressing the skin and gut microbiome, and it's filled with lots of testimonies and good stuff. We always have a happy half hour, and so that is going to be hosted on August 16th. And it's going to be actually guy testimonies. So we did couples last month, and we're going to do guys in August. So it'll be super fun. If you have a guy with a man testimony, please PM me or Justin, and so that we can get more guys sharing. August 18th is the National Sip and See Day, so we're encouraging everyone to host their own. We did try to see if we could just do a huge, big event, but it's going to be too hard because the idea is to get potentials to sip and see, right? And so host it in your home, host it with a couple local ambassadors maybe at a coffee shop or whatever, and just make that happen.
And those don't have to be huge. So if you think, I can't get 20 people to come, that's even better. Sip and
Yeah.
Seas are a smaller group, intimate group of people that you know, that you can invite, that you can talk with. So just because, I mean, don't think you can't put one on. Anybody can put one on. And you can also look, if you really don't know how to do a sip and see, there are some ideas in the back office. If you go to the resource library, I'm pretty sure that there's a sip and see kind of a checklist or a guide in there if you really need to look at something. But don't make those difficult. Just have some people over, try it out, share your story, talk to them, let them ask some questions. Don't make it a big scary thing.
Yes, and so we're going to also do a second IPA week, August 20 through 26th. If you're going to do the Recruit 20 in 30 days, obviously you'll be doing that the whole month, but we're going to be kind of leading IPA stuff the first and the third week of August. The last week, I'm leaving open. It's basically a follow-up week, and then if you want to host a one-night event, I think Tuesdays and Thursdays are great evenings for Brianne Coolidge has a bunch of different events that we've done. We've done the Gut Glam. We've done Template 1 and Template 2. Those are on the team page. You can seriously just copy and paste everything from those. We've done some mom events. We've done some kid events. Those are all in the Learning Center tribe. So lots of great things. You can definitely do this with your teams. You can also host a little launch for your new people if they're game for that. So that's super fun. I did want to mention really quick that, what was my other thing? We are going to try to host, and this is, the day is in the wrong spot, but we're not going to try. We are hosting a September One Team Family Day event, and I will have details coming out about that. But it's on September 29th. So mark that in your calendar. Even if you don't live in Illinois, you could travel for the day and hang out with One Team peeps. So don't rule it out, right? So that's on the 29th of September. And I will get some info about that. Okay, now we're going to make our announcement really quick and then we'll pop off. Were there any quick questions?
Well, announcement and questions.
Okay. Yes. Okay, perfecto. Okay, any quick questions, feel free to put in the chat. Okay, we're going to announce this incentive and then we're going to be done. So the incentive for August is that we're going to duplicate the Momentum Makers again. So if you didn't earn it in July, you get a chance to earn it in August. And so that is basically adding 3 level 1s and helping 1 level 1 go silver. So set that as your goal for the month. There's a $100 bonus, and it is our levels 1 through 3. I will make a post so you guys can make sure you get all the rules to that. But it's our levels 1 through 3, and we're encouraging other teams to duplicate that down. You can check with your sponsor to see if they're going to be doing that. So capitalize on the cash, and you can earn it twice, just like last month. And make sure your people have their welcome packs and their subscriptions set. Those are requirements. So fabulous. That is absolutely exciting. Any quick questions? Feel free to unmute if you have a question, and we can field that real quick while you have our ear. Or if you have something that you want to shout out real quick, feel free to do that.
Questions?
Okay, well, if there's no
All
questions, then we will wrap it up. Thanks, guys, for popping on. I know it's late for our East Coast people. Have a great night. Looking forward to an awesome August. Congratulations, everyone.
We're going to go put this sick guy to bed.
Bye, guys.
Bye.